Hello, BookTube. Welcome to the History Shelf in a new location. We are broadcasting not from a new house. Of course, I don't know what I'm going to call this video right now, but if I do say a new location, you might think it's a new location. Clickbait. But that's not the case. I moved upstairs. This is the upstairs library room. You can see a portion of my beautiful Billy bookcases. They've come up, they kind of come apart in the corner because Martine took off the top uppercase ones, thinking we were moving quickly, but we weren't. But those uppercases up there, when you fasten them down, it brings the whole set together, so there is no gap right here. Like you have to really nail it down, and then it combines. It's a really brilliant setup. So those upper shelves were down on the floor, and then I realized we're going to do some different things with this space in this room, because I've decided that I'm not going to rush out of here yet until this housing bubble bursts, because I am not going to be house poor. I've just decided. You know, yes, we're crowded in this townhome, and no thanks to my books. I was living single for a very long time, and I acquired a massive library. And of course, I've gotten more since my reviewing has really taken off. But we have to make this work for a couple more months, or a few more months at least. I mean, something's got to give in this housing market. I've decided I'm not going to apply for a massive loan to buy a house that's probably overvalued, and and the profit I would make selling the townhome would go poof anyway, trying to pay off an overvalued house. So the idea is we're going to try to stick it out a little bit longer here. In the meantime, we're still paying. Got an extra storage unit. And I know that's not why you're here listening, but you know what? A lot of you folks are here to hear the updates on the History Shelf. So this upstairs library, and this isn't just it's a little messy. I apologize, because we're still working on stuff. We've got more books over here. Ha! Look at all these beauties. Yeah, so, I mean, this is the library space, right? And the idea is I'm going to box up a lot of the older items, and we are going to try to move Martine's work desk from downstairs to up here. So actually, a couple of these bookcases are going to go back into the master bedroom. Going to box up a few more things and put them into the extra storage unit. Yes, we are paying for storage units, at least for the next few months. It is an expense, but I hope to recoup in the sale of this place. So a lot of things are happening in this upstairs library. We're gonna have more space to be apart while we work, because for over a year we've been working together in the dining room area. And I mean, it's a strong testament that we are still together. But you know what? We do need to kind of have a little privacy, as it were. This is not the best lighting for me. Got straight on sunlight, but hey, why not? You can see me from different angles. So in addition to this just being a catch-up video, and hi, how's everyone doing? I want to show you some new books I've acquired. This is a small little stack I wanted to talk about. Oh, some more over here. Plus the mail haul magazine haul I told you about in one of my last videos. I went to Barnes & Noble. So maybe I'll throw in the Barnes & Noble rant. I know Bill Rutenberg's probably waiting for that. Also, while I was up here, I'm going to make another video to highlight. I'm getting around finally I have two major Hamilton book hauls. HamiltonBook.com. It's one of my favorite bargain places to shop. I had a purchase that I made months ago. I'm going to say it, back in March, that I haven't shown you yet. It has been in this box up in this library because I thought that I would either be moving it directly into storage to get ready for a move to a new house, or B, which is now going to be the case, I'm going to put out the new books and package up some of my older books in my collection, and And up here too, there's some older books that I could easily put into storage and hide and put out some of the newer books. Anyway, you guys have got this. This is a whopper. Hamilton Book Haul, 19 books. Okay, and I thought that would be the highest ever, but I beat it because maybe a month ago I ordered the biggest of all Hamilton books. 23 was the count. And then I promised Martine, that's it, that's all I've got. Yeah, because I thought we were getting a new house like immediately this summer, but it looks like it might be fall. I need to tell my realtor that. But hey, at least I get to enjoy my brand new countertops in the kitchen for a while. That's a bonus. You know, you put in new stuff, you might as well enjoy it. So, plan of action. Martine will be moving into the library as far as where her workspace will be. We're going to be moving some bookshelves around. Maybe I'll make a video of my new setup in the master bedroom. Just as I was clearing it out too, I was clearing it out for showing. We're going to have to put more bookcases back in there, but at this point, it's okay. I'm just a chatty Cathy because why? Because yesterday I felt like death. Massive migraine. I took a sick day from work. It was an all-day affair. And then today I feel like dawn is lifted. My mind is functioning again. I have, look at this, I have the glory of God's sun shining on my face. And I have books to show you and magazines. And how fun is that? I'm sitting at an angle just because, so when I do that, the face gets, my face gets blown out. Oh yeah, there's still stuff we need to move out of here. There's an old TV here, Martine's old TV, that we need to move into storage. I got this case full. I don't know if you can see it. This chair reclines. It's pretty nice. I got Great Courses videos and DVDs completely full. It's my complete collection. I was buying those for years before the digital phenomenon came along, and now everything's streaming on Great Courses Plus, which I now pay $30 a month for, which is now turned into a company called Wondrium. I prefer the old name, but now they're adding documentaries, and we just were watching one the other night, and it was pretty interesting. So I guess I'll keep it. But in the meantime, I still have my stash of CDs because I was a big-time commuter. I have CD lectures, DVD lectures on a multitude of different, mostly historical, literary, philosophical content. So you're probably wondering, are you on some type of substance right now? Because I'm talking really fast, and I don't know why. I think it must be the after effects of having an all-day migraine. Something happens. I had a burst of creativity today at work. It's crazy how the mind works, you know. It's like it shut me down. I couldn't really even read. But now I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, 8 minutes in. I hope you guys don't mind. Sorry, guys. Anyway, let's talk about some of the books I've got. Okay, so these are two books. I'm a member of the History Book Club, as you know, as many of you know, and my hair needs to be cut. It's a little long in the tooth, as it were. This is a very strange video. I had a bunch of credits that accrue for the History Book Club. So, I saw I know I saw this book on another channel, but it came along on my History Book Club, and wow, that person was not lying. This is a massive book. This is The Age of Decadence by Simon Heffer. And this is, it's very lightweight for such a big, heavy book. Age of Decadence, A History of Britain, 1880 to 1914. So I think it feels like a book club edition, but it's not. It's a first edition. I think just because of its size, they had to print on very lightweight boards, you know. And this is put out by Pegasus Books. They're a great publisher. Get a lot of cool stuff from them. I've read a lot. I follow Simon Heffer. He's done a few different things. And he's a writer for BBC History Magazine. Anyway, I think you guys have seen this book. I don't want to read a description of everything, but this is a richly detailed history of Britain at its imperial zenith, revealing the simmering tensions and explosive rivalries beneath the opulent surface of the late Victorian and Edwardian eras. Wow. So let's see here. The popular memory of Britain in the years before the Great War is of a powerful, orderly, and thriving country. Britain commanded a vast empire. She bestrode international commerce. Her citizens were living longer, profiting from civil liberties their grandparents only dreamed of, and enjoying an expanding range of comforts and pastimes. The mood of pride and self-confidence can be seen in Edward Elgar's pomp and circumstance marches, newsreels of George V's coronation, and London's great Edwardian palaces. Yet beneath the surface, things were very different. In the Age of Decadence, Simon Heffer exposes the contradictions of late Victoria and Edwardian Britain. He explains how, despite the, I lost my place, how, despite the nation's massive power, a mismanaged war against the Boers in South Africa created profound doubts about her imperial destiny. He shows how attempts to secure vital social reforms prompted the 20th century's gravest constitutional crisis and coincided with the worst industrial unrest in British history. He describes how politicians conceded the vote to millions of men but disregarded women so utterly that female suffragist public protests bordered on terrorism. So that's just some of the fun we're going to be in store here for the Age of Decadence. I'm trying to see what other things he's written so I can tell you. Oh, come on. Yes. I think I do have that book. Yes, he wrote a biography on Thomas Carlyle, which I bought used. It was hard to find. Moral Desperado, A Life of Thomas Carlyle. Oh, he wrote Like the Roman, The Life of Enoch Powell. He wrote Power and Place, The Political Consequences of King Edward VII. Nor Shall My Sword, The Reinvention of England. Staring at God, Britain in the Great War, and High Minds. Oh yeah, that's the one I have. I have High Minds, The Victorians, and the Birth of Modern Britain. And The Age of Decadence is his first history book to be published in America. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, this is where I've seen him. He writes for The Spectator, also the Daily Telegraph. And okay, so this is his first published in America. No kidding, but it's a beautiful, big book. Not too heavy, so. Oh, I should also mention, I had to turn the fan off. We have a fan running in the hallway because our return air system is not, we don't really have a return vent up in the upstairs, so we need to use a big fan to circulate the air. We have central air, but it doesn't circulate upstairs as much. I am dying of heat, and my hands might be a little shaky because I haven't had lunch. I've been working all day to catch up because I was out sick yesterday. I just need a sip of something. I might have to pause this video, you guys, because it's really hot. Oh, the next book I got, it's still shrink wrapped, but this is the other brand new release that I saw on my History Book Club, and I will link their website below. It's a real good deal. I recently read 2 books and reviewed them for shelf awareness, and I think I posted about the first one I did, From the River to the Sea. And I have another one coming out about Cheyenne Summer, a brand new book by Terry Mort about the Battle of Beecher Island and the Cheyenne tribe. It just relit my love of the Old West and Old West history, Western history. That's really where I got my start, was my love of Westerns turned into the love of Western history and then Civil War. So really, my love of American West history was it started, this gal here, Peg, at the History Shelf, it started her on her love of history, which grew into a global affair, as it were. So really, I'm getting back to my roots, and I'm really appreciative of that chance to do that and go back and study Native American tribes, and then the army and just cavalry and just a bunch, gunfights and things like this, the Old West. This is a brand new book, and this is a University Press book by Kansas. I think it's University of Kansas Press. Yes, University Press of Kansas. brand new. This is the United States Army and the Making of America, from Confederation to Empire, 1775 to 1903, by Robert Wooster. So I definitely used one of my history book club credits to get this book. And this is part of their studies in civil military relations. But it kind of reminds me of the other classic books that I accrued when I was younger, and I think those books are still at my mother's house, which are now probably in Alabama. Because when I joined the military, I had to. She held on to all my stuff for me, and then as you know, I moved to Colorado, and she got married and moved to Alabama. I kind of lost track of my Time Life series books on Civil War. Those slim silver and blue volumes that were just brilliant. I've got the padded Time Life Old West series. I think I still have them, or else I allowed her to donate them to the local Alabama library there, but I kind of miss those books. But I had a bunch of Old West books on the American military. And so this is brand new, and I didn't take off the shrink wrap yet because I want to find a good place for this, but let me just read a blurb so I don't have to do that here, and we're already 16 minutes in. I apologize, guys. Let's see. The United States Army and the Making of America is an exceptionally well-balanced and thorough examination of the regular Army's role in the nation-building of the United States. Robert Wooster is an expert in the Western expansion of the nation, and this work again demonstrates his keen insights into the regulars, like the United States regulars, Army regulars, the regulars' place in the social and economic development of the country, and the often tempestuous relationship between the Republic's army and its political masters. This extensively researched work is an important contribution to the study of the U.S. Army in its first 125 years of existence. And this is a blurb from Richard S. Faulkner, who is the author of Pershing's Crusaders, the American Soldier in World War I. And we got a few other great blurbs here from different writers and historians. So I was really excited to get this because, again, I'm kind of on fire to go back to my roots of loving just Old West history and all that. Okay. One of these books is not like the other. Maybe I should, well, no, you know what? I'm just going to keep trucking on here. This is fiction. And did I get this on a, oh, this was the markdown, I think. Anyway, I haven't shopped online at Barnes & Noble in a long time, but I have a credit card that, you know, you accrue points, and then and if you, it's a Barnes & Noble credit MasterCard, whatever. But if you reach a certain number of points with using that card wherever, you automatically get like $25 gift cards. So I had a $25 gift card and I used it. Now, I am currently about to spontaneously combust. So I need to go get a cold drink of water. I'm pausing the video. You won't notice a difference, but I will. We'll be right back. And I'm back, and I'm doing much better. Thank you. Oh, so anyway, before I get to that fiction book, I had one more book that I got from my history book club, and I went downstairs to get a cold drink, and I found it, and I was like, I should group these together. So, along with the Simon Heffer and the History of the United States Army and the Making of America, I'm just going to do a little, there we go. Some big books there. The next one I got from my history book club is the brand new book by Alan Taylor, a very renowned historian who writes primarily in like the founding and the colonial America and revolutionary America. And this is his brand new book, American Republics, Continental History of the United States, 1783 to 1850. And this is put out by Norton. So I definitely used one of my credits for this one. I've read his other work. Oh, I think, which one is my favorite so far? I'm looking across the way. I have a couple more of his books, but I think the one on the colonial pre-revolutionary America, I found I would really enjoyed that one. So yeah, I won't read a description of this, but you know, if you know Alan Taylor, you know it's a must read. Um, yeah, let me see here. He's got so many books that Colonial America was one of my favorites. So yeah, so like our American Republic. So it's you know, it's going to be highly reviewed and ranked, I'm sure. Okay, so then we're going to segue real quick to some fiction that I bought, thanks to my Barnes & Noble gift card. So this is something I'm embarrassed to say I've never read. I've seen the movie, but not all the way through. I've seen it in bits and pieces. But finally, I just said, you know, it's time. And they had a beautiful 40th anniversary edition. So I picked up The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. As you can see, 40th anniversary edition, Harper. Nice decollage book. Let's see if you can see that. But yeah, so it's The Exorcist, baby. You know, you don't need any. Ooh, the beginning. So I finally picked this up, and then you know, I do enjoy good horror movies, and I've been a horror fan for a long time. And with The Exorcist, you know, I did enjoy part 3, which had George C. Scott was the star on that, and I thought it was a really well done movie. And apparently, it was based off of this book, which is also by William Peter Blatty. This is Legion. So I wanted to kind of read Exorcist first and then move into Legion, but this is put out by Tor, so I picked that up as well. I was pretty stoked to have it. This one I think I actually picked up off of Amazon, so I think I got The Exorcist from Barnes & Noble and Legion from Amazon, and then I think that, and then so moving away from fiction now, I picked up this book from Barnes & Noble. This one I used my entire $25 gift card on. I've been meaning to get a book on this guy or some type of biography. A lot of the reading that I do mentions this name, and I want to know a little bit more about him personally and his journey. But this is about this is called it's called Prophet of Innovation, and this is about Joseph Schumpeter and Creative Destruction by Thomas K. McCraw. Belknap Harvard Press. Belknap Harvard Press. So let's see here. This doesn't have the description on the back, but it just has, you know, it's a very like an intellectual history and an intellectual biography, and we've got like, you know, obviously there's talking about Marx, and you know I think he was an economist. Here it is. The destruction of businesses, fortunes, products, and careers is the price of progress toward a better material life. No one understood this economic principle better than Joseph Schumpeter, who made his mark as the prophet of incessant change. This biography paints a full portrait of the magnetic figure who aspired to become the world's greatest economist, lover, and horseman, and admitted to failure only with the horses. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Schumpeter, you know, you've heard a lot, if you read a lot of like libertarian stuff or libertarian economics, I mean, he's mentioned. This is richly illustrated with photographs, period photographs. Just a beautiful book. Kind of lies flat nicely. So I couldn't find this on Amazon at a cheap price. It was very expensive, and for some reason, when you dig around a little bit, I found it listed as $27.99, I think, on Barnes & Noble, and then I had $25 gift card. That's $2 for this book, so yay. All right. Let's see here. What else do I got? Oh, yes. Well, this one is a review copy, which it'll be hard for you to miss. This is an imprint of Roman and Littlefield books, and I wanted to get a review copy, and they were kind enough to send it to me, and I'm very happy. Even though the sticker won't come off, I'm gonna be keeping this and marking it up heavily. But this, my friend, Socialism as a Secular Creed, a Modern Global History, by Andrei Znamensky. And yeah, so it's not for resale and non-returnable, and it's a review copy, baby. So nice naked hardcover. And let's see here, what can we give to you here? Andrei Znamensky argues that socialism arose out of the activities of secularized apocalyptic sects, the Enlightenment tradition, and dislocations produced by the Industrial Revolution. He examines how, by the 1850s, Marx and Engels made the socialist creed scientific by linking it to, quote, history laws and inventing the proletariat, the chosen people that were to redeem the world from oppression. Focusing on the fractions between social democracy and communism, Znamensky explores why, historically, socialism became associated with social engineering and centralized planning. He He explains the rise of the New Left in the 1960s and its role in fostering the cultural left that came to privilege race and identity over class. Exploring the global retreat of the left in the 1980s through the 90s and the great neoliberalism scare, in quotes, Znamensky also analyzes the subsequent renaissance of socialism in wake of the 2007-2008 crisis. And Andrei Znamensky is a professor of history at the University of Memphis. So very, very pleased to be able to take a look at this and review. Gosh, good juicy stuff in here. And nicely illustrated too, so it's not completely a dense textbook or anything like that. I think each chapter has footnotes and notes, so fantastic. Oh, wonderful bibliography to get lost in as well. So thank you. Got that. All right, where are we at now? Okay, 3 books from Clooney Media, which is a Catholic press, a Catholic publishing house. I've ordered from them before in previous videos. I have highlighted them and their books. And when I went to go get a drink, my hair went completely flat. And it's a little humid today, and yeah, so we're having some strange looks going on with the hair. Anyway, hopefully I have a haircut scheduled for this week. So every now and then, I get emails from Clooney Media with coupons or deal of the day offers, and I've bought several books from them, and very nice paperback editions. And I got another one, and I decided to buy this set. This is all by one person or 2 people. It's edited, but it's a 3-volume set, and it's called The Persecution of Order. Sorry, I read that wrong. The Persistence of Order. The Persistence of Order, Essays on Religion and Culture, and that's edited by Christopher Dawson and T.F. Burns. I think they're the same, yeah, on all 3 editions, they're the same editors. So The Persistence of Order on Volume 1 is Essays on Religion and Culture. The Persistence of Order, Volume 2, is on Essays on Politics and Society. Let's see here. I'll read you a description that encompasses all 3. And then Persistence of Order, Volume 3, is Essays on Art and Nature. And they're just beautiful books. Beautiful artwork on the covers. Nice, kind of nice sticky matte feel. Not sticky, but it's really nice. It says here, The Persistence of Order comprises 14. Wait, hang on. I think I have to read the whole thing here. Okay, so it says, in 1931, preeminent historian and scholar Christopher Dawson commissioned a new series titled Essays in Order, whose purpose was in part to examine the possibilities of cooperation and of conflict that exist between the Catholic order and the New World. The world was, quote, passing through one of the most critical moments in its history, end quote, and those who hold to and hand on the Catholic faith must respond to the moment with moral sympathy and intellectual comprehension. Identifying the leading voices of the Catholic Academy in literary circles, Dawson engaged such luminaries as Jacques Maritain, Francois Mauriac, Theodore Haker, and Thomas Gilby to develop a renaissance of Catholic thought in the face of a darkening age. The Persistence of Order comprises 14 of those commissioned essays, published across 3 volumes. The 3rd volume contains Haker, oh, well, then it goes into tell you what this one contains. So, okay, so, yeah, so, I was curious, and I'm not Catholic, but that doesn't stop me from, I'm fascinated by all different forms and denominations of Christianity, as well as different religions, and I like to read what their viewpoint is on important social or cultural issues as well, as I, try to formulate my own. It's a lifetime journey. So, a nice, beautiful set from Clooney Media. I think I got it. I can't even remember how much I paid for it. Probably with the discount, I think it was a real steal, like probably $27 or something. But yeah, so got that. I'll show you 2 more books that these are just purchases of my own, and then I'll move on to the magazine haul. These I ordered. There was a 2 for 3 going on deal with Amazon, and I found 2 books that fit that category. Well, I found 3, and I don't know what the 3rd one was. I think I left it downstairs. I didn't grab it, but I'll show you in another video. This is a mystery. It's a first in a new series. Well, it's a series that's relatively new. There's 3 books so far, I think. But I've seen her mentioned on other channels. She's in this magazine that I'm going to show you. But this is Sujata Massey, and this is The Widows of Malabar Hill. And I love my mysteries, especially my historical fiction mysteries. So this is a nice, beautiful deluxe edition. It's like $11 or something. This is a mystery of 1920s India. So I'm all on board for that. Let's see. And it stars Perveen Mistry. Her last name is Mistry. M-I-S-T-R-Y. How funny. She's Bombay's only female lawyer and its sharpest sleuth. Yeah, and Sujata Massey, I think she's written a couple more in this series. Yeah, 2 more. So I wanted to at least start off with this mystery and see if I liked it. And it was again, 2 for 3. Wait, 2 for 3. Deal going on there. So I don't need to read the back. It's just a mystery. I'm already at 33 minutes, guys. So I discovered this last book. I also bought this with the 2 for 3 or whatever it is. And I don't know if a lot of you guys have Prime Video, Amazon Prime, but someone recommended to me this new show called 000. And it's based on a book by Robert Saviano. Had never heard of him before, but Martina and I started watching the series, the show. And I think we have 2 more episodes to go, but it is so good. So good. Oh my gosh. So I want to read 000, the book. In the meantime, I did a little research on this guy and realized he also was the author of, and 000 is the name for the purest form of cocaine, if that tells you anything. The series is about drug trafficking from Italy to Mexico, with the U.S., a couple of the characters acting as brokers, using their shipping company. It's just amazing, and it's shot all on location in like Italy, Mexico. They went to Morocco. They shot everywhere. It was truly authentic, and probably one of the most expensive shows ever to be made. So much so that they've said they are not making a 2nd season because Well, first of all, it's based on a book with an ending, but $160 million to shoot, but an amazing just experience. You have to see it just visually; it'll blow you away. So I looked up it's Roberto, sorry, Roberto Saviano, and he had written a book called Gomorrah, which was a Sundance TV original series. And this is about the Italian Camorra. So, I'm always fascinated. I'm a huge fan of Godfather, Goodfellas, just the whole history of Italian mafia, Costa Nostra, Cosa Nostra. I'm getting it wrong. So before I got 000, I wanted to read this, and this is the 10th anniversary edition with a new preface. And Gomorrah is a personal journey into the violent international empire of Naples' organized crime system. And let me read this to you because it's really intriguing. A groundbreaking, unprecedented bestseller in Italy, Roberto Saviano's insider account traces the decline of the city of Naples under the rule of the Camorra, an organized crime network more powerful and violent than the mafia. The Camorra is an elaborate international system dealing in drugs, high fashion, construction, and toxic waste, and its influence has entirely transformed life in Campania, the province surrounding Naples. Since seeing his first murder victim at 13, Roberto Saviano has watched the changes in his home city. For Gomorrah, he disappeared into the Camorra and witnessed up close the drug cartel's audacious, sophisticated, and far-reaching corruption that has paralyzed his home city and introduced the world to a new breed of organized crime. I wanted to get that, and I want to read some of his other work, his fiction. In fact, I think that's in one of my recent orders. I think it's called The Piranhas. Is the first book in his, and then it was like The Savage Boys or something. Yeah, I had to get this. It's my, I'm so intrigued by just organized crime, especially like as inhabited by whether it's mafia, the narcos, things like this, and then the police state that forms up around them to try to take them down, and the corruption, and then just like 000 really looks at that, like how easy it is from one to go to one to the other and go back and forth, and it's just so twisty. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God, what a world we live in. So yeah, I wanted to try out reading Roberto Saviano's work, and definitely want to check this one out. All right, so that was quite a few books there. Just wanted to show you that I've picked up along the way, and we're at 38 minutes. I haven't even gotten to the Hamilton book haul yet. All right, so the other day, well, like a week ago or so, I went to Barnes & Noble physically and was hoping I could just hang out there for a while and browse. And you know what? That's impossible. I mean, look, the only thing I came away with were some magazines, because when did Barnes & Noble turn into, half of it is like non-books. It's like Toys R Us, it's a video, it's like a Blockbuster Video, it's Arts and Crafts Center. I mean, their fiction section was so appallingly small. Like I couldn't find P.T. Duderman. I couldn't find just some World War II fiction. It was just your most like high level, buzzworthy, everything that everyone's reading right now kind of stuff. But you couldn't find anything obscure, or not even obscure, but just not buzzworthy, Oprah's book club of the month pick. It was like everything was just either crap, for me, because I'm just, it's crap, or it's miles and miles of like stuffed animals, board games, books, crafts, journaling and stationery, and And I don't mind journals and stationery, but the rest of it can go kick rocks. I'm just like, I went there twice since the reopening from the COVID, and I was just like, why? I most of my magazines are subscriptions anyway. They get them mailed right to my door. I'm going to go seek out the secondhand stuff. In fact, I found a store. I think there's a few chains across the country, but it's called Second and Charles. Please let me know if you have one in your area, or if you've been there, or if you know. I mean, it's about a 20-minute drive for me down the interstate just to get to one, but I might do it just so I can go browse and shop for some really interesting, obscure books that maybe someone else has given up, and I can turn in my own and get credit. But I'm just done with Barnes and Noble as far as trying to go in there and spend time, because it's just, oh, and then the bargain books. Like Bill Rutenberg was saying, everything is so overpriced, even the bargain books. And I know it could be inflation, it could be whatever it is, and the book industry took a hit during COVID, but the price on bargain books has gone up. Used to be like $5 bargain books, now they're 7, 8, 9. Like, really, that's a bargain, So anyway, but I was browsing the newsstand, and I wanted to pick up, I think I might have seen this on Bill's channel, but as I was saying, I'm getting back into my Western history again, so I was like, let me check out Wild West magazine. Okay, and I might subscribe to it. I've got plenty of, you get these little things in here, so I think I might just subscribe. And but there's a great article in here about Oliver O. Howard, Gaull's Last Stand, and I've been missing reading about Native American chiefs and just Native American history in general. I've been missing it, and I want to get back to that. Again, this is the wonderful company that puts out all these. This is like the Weeder History Group, or did they change their name? I think it's Historynet. Yeah, it's Historynet. I used to subscribe to Military History Quarterly. I have not renewed because it's so expensive. But I do subscribe to Military History. For many years, I subscribed to both Civil War magazines, but I could not keep up, so I kind of let that fall. But these are just some of them. So I think I'm going to subscribe to Wild West because I've already dipped into this, and it's really laid out very well. So I'm very happy with this. I'll end with the mystery magazine, I think. So we'll stick with some military history right now. Ages ago, it's nothing. It's nothing to look at as far as like cover design or anything like that. But ages ago, I think I did either subscribe to this or I would buy this at a very obscure newsstand every now and then. But I saw this and it was on Vicksburg and Grant, and I was like, I'm down. And this is Strategy and Tactics. This is Vicksburg, Joint Operations in the American Civil War. This is the May-June 2021 issue. And it also covers Ptolemaic armies, Cambrai. And then I was flipping through here, and there's a beautiful article, wonderfully illustrated, of Sea Dragon Ascendant is about the foundation of the Chinese quest for naval supremacy in the Pacific and Indian Oceans. This is just beautiful. I'm trying to. And they show a replica, I think it is of the one that was built recently, reconstruction of Zheng He's treasure ship in Nanjing. I mean, this is outstanding. Look at that. Huh? So, nice artwork in here as well. Yeah, so I might subscribe to this one too. So yeah, it's all about strategy and tactics. Lots of maps. Go into the Roman Empire and stuff like that. So I picked up this issue, and then right next to it, wouldn't you know, Strategy and Tactics put out a quarterly, just like Military History puts out Military History Quarterly. These guys put out Strategy and Tactics Quarterly, and this cover, I was like, Origins of World War One. I'll get it. So it was, it's, this is like a perfect bound copy like that. $16. This is where I have a Barnes & Noble membership. That's $25 per year. I might let it lapse, but I got discounts on all the magazines, so that was helpful. That was the only helpful thing about it. But look at that. And so this is the summer issue. Um, and all about World War One. Nice, big, juicy maps, colorful. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I like stuff like this. Um, they break it up into different areas. Like this one's chapter 3, or section 3 is on Russia, right? Um, section 2 is on Germany. So just fantastic. The whole issue is all about World War One, the origins of World War One. So yeah, it's about 16 bucks, but comes out 4 times a year. It's like the price of a paperback, a trade paperback or something like that. So pretty happy to discover these 2 magazines. They had another one there called Modern Warfare that I'm kind of interested in. It's printed by the same company here. But let me know if any of you guys subscribe to this or any of these. I'm really intrigued. And then I end with a mystery magazine, Mystery Scene. And there's Sujata Massey, who is writing the, I just showed it to you, the Pervine mystery novels. And I think this is a good way for me to keep up on all my mystery writers. And I do review quite a few different historical fiction, historical mysteries. So this will be useful for me. Many Faces of Moriarty here. And I like the feature stories. I can learn more about these writers. So this was $10. And it looks like it comes out, I don't know, 6 times a year, maybe 6 times a year. I might subscribe. So these are the 4 magazines I picked up. All right, we're at 46 minutes. Wow, guys. Let me know what you think of any of these books. I'm going to try to make another video. Thanks for hanging around. It was a weird one because I got really overheated up in here and I needed to go cool down and have a snack. Blood sugar, it's important. Okay, guys, well, I'll talk to you next time. BookTube. Thanks for watching. Bye.